Welcome back, budgeteers. So in this video I'm going to show you the setup to budget paycheck to paycheck. This is the setup that I'm going to follow effective August 1st 2018. So I'm really looking forward to that. I was watching some videos on YouTube and I noticed that my budgeting practice was more like a hybrid. I was using monthly. I budgeted monthly, but then for my actuals I would do it on a paycheck to paycheck basis. So then I said, okay, I might as well just do a paycheck to paycheck budget, since in essence it's kind of like what I was doing. So that's just a little preview or disclaimer. So let's get into it. So by this time you kind of have an idea of how I budget, or if this is the first video you're seeing, I recommend you check out my beginner's budget simple budget guide. But if this is the first one, you could definitely look at this one too. So the way I do it is I like to start with a beginning balance. If you are following the zero-based budget, then you will not technically have a beginning balance. But if you do, then you enter it here. Oh, I'm sorry. First thing you have to do is put the month, of course. So in this example, let's say, being that I'm going to start in October, we're going to use October. Let me make that capitals. All cap 2018. You could space it out too if you wanted. Oh wow, that's what it did. Okay. I don't know why. Okay. I'm not even going to worry about that. So beginning balance for paycheck 1. So you worry about paycheck 1, then you move on to your actuals for the first 2 weeks. Then after those weeks pass, then you budget again for paycheck 2, or you budget for paycheck 2 before those 2 weeks are finished. So if you want, because this is what I'm probably going to do, but I think this will be helpful if you have a date range. So here it will be, so since we're using October, 10/1, 18 through 10/14, 18. And you will notice that I have 3 paychecks there, because sometimes, it might be a month in which if you're paid bi-weekly, right? It might be a month in which you're paid 3 times for that week. If you're paid weekly, there is a spreadsheet out there for weekly budgeting. But this is just paycheck to paycheck. And if you're budgeting weekly, I guess that's paycheck to paycheck too, if you receive your paycheck every week. So this is for this period. I'm just going to show this real quick and merge these. And I want to take out this color. If you want, you could spice it up if you want with different colors. So since this is October, I'm going for like an October fall theme. And then let me merge these and put a similar color. And you will do that again if you're doing it for paycheck 3 and budget 3. And I'm trying to keep them in the same family. Okay. So let's go back to full screen. Good. So if you're budgeting, I will put this in the center because like that, just so it kind of pops. And like I said, you could definitely play with it. I do not like that. So okay, that's decent, right? Could you guys see this? I hope so. Let me go view, full screen. Oh, we're back in view. So that's just the dates. You can see it up here, what it says, 10/1, 18 through 10/14, 18. And this is what we're budgeting for. Then when the actuals come in, you put your pay 1 actual in here. So if you are doing a beginning balance, my beginning balance is normally around $50. And my income on a 2-week basis is normally, well now it's actually around this amount. Other income, I'm not expecting any other income. Actually, I probably would be expecting other income, $226. So here, if you have other income, you could either include it in this other income category, or if you have specific Other income, you can list them here and add them. Okay. So total income for paycheck 1 is about $1,200. Now you'll notice here that I have the emergency funds first, and I think that's important to pay yourself first. So maybe in paycheck 1, you allocate $300, right? And if you're having a buffer, maybe you allocate $20 a paycheck. And now you get into your obligations. So your rent, let's say your rent, you're using paycheck 1 to pay it out, and that's about $650. Now you can see you have $316 left to budget. So the next thing I would think you need is food. Did I put food in here? And if your utilities are included, then that will be 0, or you could just delete that category and just put your next category, which was groceries. I'm probably spelling this wrong, so I'm just gonna write food because I have a headache, you guys, and my brain, oh goodness. So let's say you're using paycheck 1 to get 2 weeks worth of food, and that's probably around $100, right, for 2 weeks, or let's say it's $125. Okay. And you're also on, so what I do is I hide them if I'm not using it. Okay. So let's say you are on a debt-free journey, and for every paycheck you allocate $25 for all of your debts. Maybe. I'm not sure. But you will put it in here. So these are the debts right here. You have student loan 1, 2, credit card, and then maybe miscellaneous. You allocate $25 as well. And you contribute $10 to your sinking fund, your holiday spend fund, what have you. Now you have $56 kind of as a buffer, if you will, or the beginning balance for your next paycheck 2 budget. So this is what it will look like when you budget that. Now here, if you remember from previous videos, this is for your savings. If you are savings, you would just copy your savings category in the same order they are listed, and you will have it. So let's say, and then you will link them. So let's say this is the first time you budgeted, and you already have $100 saved up, and you kept $50 in the buffer. That's good. So now the next thing you have to do is link up your budgeting rate, or yes, what you're entering in your budget field. So this will always be emergency savings will always equal to what you budget in there, and your buffer budget will always equal to what is in here, and that's how you will do it. I like to keep it in order. I don't know why that is showing. And then also you want to link it up. You only have to do this once and then copy it for the other month. So if you are going to use my spreadsheet, just note that, okay? Actually, now you can just move everything across like this. And then I will double check it, because I hid one of them. I hid a column that I was using T12, and this is how you just double check that everything links up accordingly. See, this is where it doesn't, so this actually supposed to be G. You just check your top formula and then your monthly. Good. Now we know everything's linked up accordingly. Then you take it and drag it down. And there you have it. So your savings, I didn't make any changes there. So $300 was your oh no, this is not actual equals, then I just have to change this top one to equal that, and there we have it. Yep. And change back, just go like this. And the reason why they don't come preset is because I'm not sure how you guys would enter your things here, your categories here. So this is why you just have to set it up that one time. And then you do the same thing for your debt. You list your debts in the order that they are listed here, and then you will link those values up. So student loan 1 is in, or paycheck 1, oh goodness, this thing is acting weird again. Okay, so student loan 1, you'll click in the cell, equals, and this is where it gets weird, it's saying B17, and it's based on, oh good, it's smart. Do you guys see that? Suggested based on cell B40. Well, I'm not even gonna look at that. But student loan 1 is equal there. It equals B17. And it's true, it's reading it. Good for you, Google. And pay 1 is gonna equal, oh, it doesn't give me the smart link again. Okay. And this is how I just double check everything. You know what? No. Oh. Let's see if everything actually matches up. G17. G17 for page 30. Yep. That's good. And then the beginning. So what here you're gonna have to enter your beginning. Let's say your beginning balance. This is the total loan. Oh, let's say on your student loan you owe $2,900, right? So you enter them here. I did shift it where it was. It used to be in this column right here, but I moved it over here. If you guys don't like it, you can shift it back and just put the formulas where they belong. And let's say student loan 2 was, you have it for $10,000, and your debts, maybe you have a $750 credit card balance and a $1,000 credit card balance, and that's it. Okay. And this is where I have to set that equal. So you paid off this one equals to, oh, I didn't set them? Oh, you wouldn't have. I did set this formula up, that's why it's blank. Yep, that's good. So you'll set all your debts up. As long as they're in the same order, and everything will come down. Let's see if this is true. It doesn't look true. It is true, but let me double check. Let's say for this one, you give 30. Does it update down there? It does. Okay, so they're linking accordingly. Good. Yay! So now you can bring everything down like so. Well, I think the format is going to be all blue. Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. If you guys want to change it, you can change it back so you're not confused. But this is just, you know what? Just so you see how it's actually, how it's done, I will change it back. I know it seems a bit tedious, but once you do it one time, you're pretty much set. I've been using my spreadsheet for about 3 years, and I think last year I actually went, like, I actually tried to stay committed, and I think I pretty much was. There were some months that I didn't save as much, and I'm doing the same thing again this year where there is months where I'm not saving as much, and that's because, you know, life does happen and we have to be mindful of that, but we also have to stay on track. So just as long as you're being honest with yourself and you're holding yourself accountable, I think that's what's most important. Now, I did have a little bit of that about 2 or 3 years ago, I want to say. It wasn't a large amount. If you guys want me to do a story time regarding that, I definitely can. That's something a lot of people don't know about me. Like, I know I don't have as much that as some of my listeners or viewers, but I did have a little bit of that at one point. So this is for all my people, you know, all my younger people going back to school, or, you know, you just have your first job. It's helpful because that's another video that I'm going to do where you can take advantage of your current situation. Okay, let me get back into this video. I don't want to get too off topic. So here, we budgeted for paycheck 1. So what you'll do is you monitor and track your spending as the month progresses, and then when you receive your paycheck, you're going to try to the best of your ability to follow what you did. So let's say you actually did have $50 when the month began, and your income was 1,000, and you didn't receive other income, so you wouldn't include that there. So now you have less to actually spend out, but you know your emergency fund is very important to you. That's your first obligation, is to yourself. And then maybe you don't put as much into your buffer. You only put 10, and your rent is standard, so it comes up at $650. And then your food, you actually end up spending, and if you're tracking it, I use the equal. Let's say you went to the grocery store in week 1 and you spent $75. There were some things on sale and you was able to bulk up. And then in week 2, you went back and you only spent, let's say, $25. So that's $100. Oh, and you notice how it turns red? That's it. That's all you can afford. So you have to be mindful of how you're doing it. It's by $10. So if you're going to pay off this food bill, or if you're using cash, then you will need that cash available, right? Or if you're using your credit card, I use my credit card for the points and I manage how I'm doing it. So in that instance, I wouldn't contribute to my buffer, but I know at least I paid myself first and I gave myself $300. So if anything happens, this would kind of hold me over. And also I have $20 in my buffer. So you have $320 to hold you over, and you have to just be mindful when you're spending. You have to be in that moment and conscious. Okay, is this really worth it? And I want to share with you guys. I was in Burlington last week, and I was waiting for my class to start, and my gym class. Let me be specific. My gym class starts. So I said, okay, let me go look around. And I have a gift card because I had exchanged something and they put it on the card because I had taken a while to return the item. So I have a couple of dollars. It's not a lot, maybe less than $10 or so on the gift card. And I went in there and I was picking up items on the store card, I should say. Picking up items, and I got a lot of items coming up that were like relatively inexpensive. And then I'm in there and I'm like, okay, let me think about what is it I really need. And I went towards the planner section, and oh my gosh, you guys, the planners, there are so many different, I mean, it's pretty much the same in a sense, but the choices, some of them were a bit girly for me, if I would, or I wanted something a little bit more professional. So I ended up didn't buy anything, and I ended up didn't buying anything, and I was so proud of myself. I'm like, yeah, I didn't spend money. So I tell you that story to just to show that you have to be conscious of, like, when you're in those stores or when you're about to buy something that you really don't need, just be mindful of it. Like, okay, I'm on this journey. How long is it going to take me to make that back? I'm not saying you can't spend on yourself and splurge. Just be mindful. So this is how you would do your paycheck to paycheck budget. And if you guys hang on until October, I want to show you guys how I'm going to do it, or maybe I'll even break it and just start in September, since I'm kind of anxious to start budgeting this way. So I might just do that. So if you see a video saying I'm budgeting paycheck to paycheck, don't be surprised. So this is just the video. If you guys like it, please thumbs up the video, and thank you so much for listening. Take care.